Hello, students, and I welcome you in this AAA orientation session. First of all, I would like to introduce myself, and then I will be introducing about the course, about the VLS portal, and all that stuff, right? So, I am Haris Hanif. My name is Haris Hanif, and this is my Facebook, Instagram, YouTube channel. You can follow me with the name of Haris Hanif Official, and this is my WhatsApp number. So a short introduction about me that I am ACCA affiliate and I have done graduation in commerce as well, having teaching experience for more than 11 years from now. And I have started my career from a bank, and definitely whatever I have observed in my practical life, I try to embed in my lectures so that maximum students can obtain the benefit from it. And I've also worked in a firm that was basically the firm in which we were responsible to deal with multiple clients. And definitely when somebody is engaging in a firm and dealing with multiple clients, he or she is having the practical exposure, and the lectures would be those experiences would be embedded in the lecture, right? So I have also worked as an accounts officer in a textile company. It was a good textile company. I did not mention the name, but it was a textile company, and I had the responsibility of as an accounts officer. I was serving as an accounts officer. Now, coming to my academic achievements, that I have been selected 5 times. I have been selected 5 times by ACCA Pakistan for conducting practice to pass webinars. Basically, this was the session uh, which was you know organized by ACCA Pakistan. It was officially organized by ACCA, and ACCA used to select the tutors for conducting this practice to pass webinar, in which tutors are delivering the core areas and covering the exam practice question which is relevant for the relevant session. So I have been selected 5 times. I have conducted 2 times practice to pass session on paper F2MA, 2 times on paper F5 PM, and 1 time on AAA as well. And I was also selected 1 time by ACCA Pakistan for AA F8 for the local students of Pakistan and conducting the webinar to explain them. And then I was selected by ACCA Singapore as well for the in plus session on paper F5 for March 23 exam, and some of my students got nationwide positions in the country in ACCA papers. So that was about a short introduction about myself. And now let's come to the curriculum of AAA. So I am well assuming that uh, you people have attempted paper SBR, and paper SBR is very much important for the attempting the AAA paper. Now this is the advanced audit and assurance. The advanced audit and assurance. In advanced audit and assurance, I used to call the students, you people, students and auditors, right? So I used to call you people the auditors because you are the auditor and you are the advanced auditors. Now, there is nothing new that what actually audit is, but audit is the examination of financial statements annually. You people have covered your paper AA audit and assurance, in which you were having the case studies which is relevant for the accounting standards, internal controls of the client entity, and you are supposed to apply the audit procedures. Now, at AAA level, you will be having the same kind of the flavor, but at advanced level. And many of the students perceive that in order to study paper AAA, we must need to study only AAA. The answer is not at all. Paper AA is one of the prerequisite to study paper AAA, but SBR, strategic business reporting, is also the very important point, because strategic business reporting plays the key role in the advanced audit and assurance. Now, in this advanced audit and assurance, you will be having the case study. You will be having the case studies all the way your entire paper, maximum 90 to 95%. I can call it 95% based on the case studies. So your 95% paper is based on case studies, in which you are not only supposed to write the knowledge, but also supposed to apply that knowledge. Apply that knowledge. So in this advanced audit and assurance, these two papers are the prerequisites. Okay. So what I was saying, that you will be having the case study in which the accounting standards would be at level of SBR. At SBR, you people have studied financial instruments, you people have studied intangible assets, goodwill, step acquisition, step disposal, and a lot more. So, considering the SBR, you will be having the case study, and you are supposed to apply the audit procedures. You are supposed to identify and assess the risk of material misstatements, both at AA and SBR level. But this is one of the prerequisite of the in order to study paper AAA. Okay, now let's move on. Exam focused. Your exam is based on 3 hours and 15 minutes. 3 hours and 15 minutes, and obviously it is the CBE, that is computer based examination. You people already have studied and might have attempted, probably this would be the last paper of many of the candidates. So you are well aware of the ACCA CBE practice platform, in which you are having the question in the half portion of the screen, and half portion is available to for you to type your answers, right? So it is 3 hours and 15 minutes exam. Candidates are expected to demonstrate an integrated knowledge of the subject. You know, integrated knowledge. Integrated knowledge means you people should have consolidated knowledge of the subject, which includes AA, which includes SBR, and which includes AAA as well. So these basically combination becomes the AAA paper. Now next one is that knowledge of accounting standards is very much important along with auditing skills. What I used to call to my students, that if you are intended to build up your career in the audit field, number one prerequisite is not the auditing skills, it is the accounting standards. Because auditor tests the financial statements. You all know that auditor tests the financial statements, and if you are having a good grip on the financial statements, you will be able to better apply the auditing skills on that particular circumstance, on that particular scenario. So the knowledge of accounting standard is very, very much important. It's not important, it's very much important. Because let's say, for example, if you were an auditor, and for example, this is the accounting record. For example, this is the accounting record, and there is an entry of financial instrument, and you are not having a good recap of the financial instrument, you people, auditor. So definitely you will not be able to do the audit. So the accounting standard knowledge is very much important, and that's why I have initially stated that paper SBR is very much important in order to appear for AAA paper. So this is the exam focused areas, accounting standards. Now, your paper is of 100 marks. Your paper is of 100 marks. Out of 100 marks, there are 20 professional marks. 20 professional marks. What do you mean by the term 20 professional marks? And 80 are the technical marks. 80 are the what? Technical marks. Technical marks means that includes contents of the syllabus. That is contents of the syllabus. That is contents of the syllabus. And in this 20 marks, you are having the professional skills. The professional skills. Now, these professional skills are not something which is examined separately. Not at all. These professional marks are actually examined along with technical marks. Now, let's say, for example, there is a requirement worth 5 marks. Let's suppose in those 5 marks requirement, 3 marks maybe or 4 marks maybe of technical area, like let's say, for example, audit procedures. 1 or 2 mark will be of the professional skills. So these professional skills are embedded. These are embedded in the technical mark. These are embedded in the technical mark, right? So the exam will focus on 20 professional skills. Number 1, communication. Number 2, analysis and evaluation. Number 3, professional skepticism and judgment. And number 4 is the commercial acumen. So I would first like to talk something on these professional skills. Then I will be jump onto the AAA syllabus, right? So these professional marks are actually not only in your audit paper, it is in your SBR paper, it is in your ADX paper, it is in your all the professional papers. So the point is that, but But what is the difference? Right now, whatever right now I am going to explain, I am generally explaining all these things, that what you are expected and what you are supposed to apply. But if you are appearing for paper AFM, let's say for example, these professional skills would be applied differently, because in AFM you are managing the finance at advanced level. You know, paper objective is very much important. At AAA level, you are supposed to apply the audit procedures. You are supposed to prepare the audit report and present to shareholders. So that means at AAA level, your audience is shareholders. At AAA level, your audience is shareholders, because your audit report will be read by the shareholders at probably at the large volume, maybe probably across the boundaries, beyond the boundaries. Let's say, for example, outside the country, there may be some foreign investors, let's say, for example. So at AAA level, you people are the auditor and your audience are the shareholders. For example, you are appearing for paper AFM, and that is advanced financial management. And in paper AFM, your audience is your company, your boss, your company, your management, you're managing the finance. So you have to apply these things in a different manner. And here at AAA level, you people are having the auditing skills, and auditor should have a critical attitude. Critical attitude means, let's say, for example, the record is prepared by the management and you people are the auditor, and you have to cast doubt that this particular drafted financial records may be overstated or understated. It quite may be possible. It quite may be possible, right? So the exam will focus on 20 professional marks, and these are the 20 professional marks. Okay, number one is communication. What is communication? First of all, if I would talk about the communication, that includes email. You will be having a question in which your audit engagement partner has sent you an email, and you are supposed to reply him or her back through email. So basically the communication covers the email, the briefing notes, and there is a prescribed format of that. So when you are supposed to follow that particular format, so that is called the communication. And you know, communication means that you are talking to someone. And it is a very golden and basic principle that when you are talking to someone, communication in the question, you have to consider the need of your intended user, right? So in this communication area, you will be having the properly drafted pattern, which would be covered in your VLS lectures by me. And so the communication will give you the mark, right? Number two, analysis and evaluation. What is analysis and evaluation? For auditor, analysis is very much important thing. Now let's say, for example, you are having the financial statements, assuming this document is the financial statement, right? Let's assume, and you people are the auditor. You have to analyze this financial statements, whether it is true and fair or not. So analysis and evaluation is one of the important area, and evaluation does include that what is happening, what should have happened, and what is the impact of that. So in the evaluation, you are actually evaluating the past circumstance which have been already happened in the client entity. So you have to analyze and you have to evaluate. Next one is the professional skepticism and judgment. Now, what is professional skepticism and judgment? Professional skepticism means, and judgment is actually, let's say, for example, you people are the auditor and there is the financial records. And if I ask you, how much sample size will you select? And obviously the auditor works on the sample basis. So if you are the auditor, for example, you will take 60% sample. Let's say, for example, if I would be in place of you, I would have selected maybe 65% of sample. If somebody would take my position, he or she may take 62% of sample. So it is all the professional judgment and skepticism. Judgment actually helps you out. Judgment actually helps for the decision making. for the decision making. But what is skepticism? Skepticism means, obviously, for the external audit you should have the critical attitude. Skepticism means the ability to ask the questions. You people are the auditor and I am the client management, and you are supposed to ask me variety of questions. You should ask me the questions, right? You should ask me the questions, and I am responsible to answer you. So what is the important point over here is that skepticism, skepticism is very much important uh, skill. That is, you need to have that conversation with the client. You need to cast doubt on the things. Doubt, casting doubt on the particular thing is also fall under skepticism. You have to ask the question, you have to cast doubt, and so on. This sharp attitude, I'm using the word sharp attitude, this sharp attitude is called the skepticism. So professional skepticism and judgment is the important area. It is one of the important skill. And next one is the commercial acumen. Now, obviously, obviously, I am the client company and you people are the auditor, right? So I am conducting a business. I am running my business. I am intended to make many more and more profits. It's my right. Definitely, it's my right. So commercial acumen is actually the thing which allows an individual to think like a businessman, which allows an individual to think like a businessman. So obviously, you are auditing a business. You are auditing a business, and definitely you should have the business mindset as well. And definitely, these all skills will be relevant for the 80% technical marks contents, right? So the purpose of explaining a short explanation of these things, a short explanation of these things, that what is actually the professional skills. Now remember, these professional skills are not examined separately. These are the professional skills which are embedded in the technical marks, right? So that is the very, very important point. So that's communication, analysis and evaluation. Communication means you have to type your answer in the prescribed format. You will be covering this thing in your lectures. Analysis and evaluation, that is analyzing the past circumstances of the client entity. Professional skepticism and judgment, that means having the sharp attitude by the auditor, ability to ask questions, and then for the decision making. Help for the decision making in the audit, definitely. In what? In the audit. And commercial acumen means thinking like a businessman. So all these 20 professional marks, obviously there are for 20 professional marks there is a separate marks allocation of this thing, right? um, you people might be thinking that what is the allocation of these 20 marks. So I'm covering this in the upcoming slides. Now this is basically the AAA syllabus. This is basically your AAA syllabus. I'm doing it Zoom. So in AAA syllabus, you can see that there is section A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. You can ignore this thing. This is not the examinable content. This is basically employability and technological skills. That is how the CB platform runs and all that stuff. So basically, you can call it like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are your topical technical areas, right? Topical and technical areas. Now, regulatory framework. What is in the regulatory framework? Auditor has to conduct the audit following the guidelines of the regulations. You need to comply with the regulation of the state. So this is the regulatory requirement, regulatory environment. Professional and ethical consideration, quality management. Now hold on. Ethics and quality management. You people already have covered ethics in your earlier paper, in your SBR, in your paper AA. Why? Because you are having the public duty. You are having the public duty. Let's say, for example, you are expressing the opinion and there is a investor who is eagerly waiting for your opinion. And if you release the true and fair opinion, let's say, for example, he will invest more in the company based on your opinion. So basically, you are having the public duty. So when there is a public duty, it is very much important to teach ethics to the service provider. Okay. So it is very much important to teach ethics to the service provider, because now it's not the matter of your personal job. It's a matter of the public benefit. It is the matter of the people investment decision, maybe millions or billions of decisions. They are eagerly waiting for your opinion. So that is why it is very much important to teach ethics to the people who are providing the services. Quality management. Now basically quality management, it is quality management in the firm. It is quality management in the firm. That is obviously the audit firm has to build the culture, create the environment in the firm, so that it will look like that people are complying with ethics, people are complying with laws and regulations, people in the audit firm are behaving professionally as they should. So quality management in the firm, this is also the section and a very hot topic nowadays, because when audit gets failed, obviously there is a doubt on the quality of the audit. So in the firm, quality management is very much important area to be applied. So regulatory environment, why? Because auditors have to behave the regulatory environment, behave according, act following the compliance, following the legal requirements. Professional ethics, I have taught you what is the primary reason to teach the ethics in quality management. Now part D, I can call it a very, very important area. Very, very important area. Why? Because in this area, you are covering planning and conducting an audit of historical financial information. Now, these areas include planning and conducting. This is planning and conducting. So definitely there is a risk assessment. In the planning phase, you are having a risk assessment. In the conducting, there is TOC, test of controls, and there is substantive. Or I can simply call it that auditor will be applying audit procedures. That auditor will be applying what? Audit procedures. So this area is very much important because it is always examined. Yes, it is always examined. I'll tell you how. And then there is the completion and reporting stage. Completion means that it is the review stage, and reporting means that is the audit report. It is the what? Audit report. So review stage is actually, when somebody, there is a practitioner who is conducting the audit, and he or she is making the notes, which is called the working papers. Because when auditor is doing the audit practically, so you have to inspect receivables, payables, no, whatever the procedures you are applying, whatever the evidences you are collecting, you need to document it. And so called you are reviewing the working papers. Reviewing the what? Working papers. And there is an audit report. You have to release your opinion, and based on your opinion, lots of investors are waiting for your opinion, right? So there is the regulatory environment, professional and ethical consideration, quality management, planning and conducting the historical financial information, review and reporting stage, right? Now this is basically called the audit. In the section F, there are other assignments. What is other assignments? Just wait, please. Current issues and developments. What is current issue? Current issue, just like if you go 1 year back, so there was a very hot topic, current issue, sustainability. Sustainability reporting. Everybody is talking about sustainability reporting. So at that time, you can call it, it was a current issue at that time. And you people are going to appear, let's say, in the upcoming June attempt. So there may be some other current issue which may be going on in the month of May across the world. And so it would be examined, it may be examined, what may be possible. So current issue topic cannot be predicted, and you can still wait till your 15 or 20 days of your exam. Current issue may be published in the form of article in the ACCA website, quite may be possible. And professional skills I have taught you. Now in this other assignment actually means that you are the firm of accountants, but this is not the audit. This is something other assignment. It's not audit. It's some other assignment. It's not audit. Why assignments? When there is a firm of accountants, when there is a firm of accountants is actually serving, is actually providing two services. One is called the audit service. Audit service means that you are providing the external audit services. And next one is about the non-audit services. Number one is the audit service, and number two is the non-audit service. Audit and non-audit services. Now, let's say, for example, there are many companies. I am the company, let's say, for example, and there is some other assignment. So I may approach your firm. So basically, the companies look for the other assignments and appoint the firm. Okay. So company look for the other assignments and for the other assignments and appoint the firm. Yes, it quite may be possible. So you people are not only the auditor, but you are the firm of accountants, and you are also providing audit service and the non-audit services as well, right? So in that case, the firm should think critically like a businessman, commercial acumen. So in that case, the firm need to apply the commercial acumen sense. Right? This is the commercial acumen sense, because you are also having the business. It's the business of the firm. It's the business of the firm. That's it. It's very much simple point. So basically, these are the other assignments. These are the other assignments. What are other assignments? I'm going to explain you shortly. Just hold on. Allow me to move next. Now, these are the detailed exam syllabus, the regulatory environment. Now, in that regulatory environment, this is the glimpse of the syllabus, and this is now the detailed syllabus. AAA syllabus detailed. That was basically the overview. First section, A, regulatory environment. Now, what is regulatory environment? That is international regulatory framework for audit and assurance. Money laundering. Money laundering, as an auditor, there is no tolerance. If your client is doing the money laundering, let's say, for example, you people are the auditor and I am the company, I am the management. If I am doing the money laundering, it's your obligation to report it to the regulators. That's why you have to study this thing, money laundering. Laws and regulations, you have to understand it. Why? Because companies are supposed to comply with the laws and regulations, and auditors are also supposed to apply laws and regulations, right? This is basically the case over here. So that's why you will be studying this regulatory environment. Now let's move on. Professional and ethical consideration, that is code of ethics, fraud and error, professional liability. This all comes under the ethical consideration. Quality management. Quality management firm-wide. What is firm-wide? This is basically quality management and practice management. Practice management actually means how to practice, how to run the matters in the firm. How to run the matters in the firm. So at firm wide, you need to manage the quality, you need to manage the practice as well. Quality management, advertisement, tendering and obtaining professional work and fees. Obviously, audit firm can advertise their services. They can, obtain the tender. Professional appointments. That's appointment of the auditor. So how these process should be run smoothly, you need to study it. Okay. So regulatory environment, professional and ethical consideration, quality management and practice management. Oh, part D, that's planning and conducting an audit of historical financial statements. Audit is not the surprise activity. It is properly the planned activity. You have to make the plan. You need to analyze the materiality level, because auditor ignores the small immaterial balances. Auditor consider the material balances. So you need to determine the level of materiality, assessing the risk of material misstatement. What do you mean that risk of material misstatement? If I can call it in a very simple language, that's ROMM, risk of material misstatement. It means what can go wrong in the financial statements. Let me give you a very simple and basic double entry. Let's say, for example, that I am running a business and I do take the money in advance. So basically, the entry should be cash debit and unearned income credit. Unearned income is actually the liability, right? So this is the correct accounting. Now, when you are casting a doubt, you need to cast doubt that it may be possible it is recognized as an immediate income. So in that case, income would be overstated and liability would be understated. So this is the thing. And obviously, a person definitely investigate that particular area where is having a strong doubt. So it is in your, it is in your scope that you have to analyze the risk, analyze and assess the risk of material misstatement. And that means, what is ROMM? What can go wrong in the financial statements? So it's your task. You need to plan the things, because when you will be planning, the things, then you will be able to apply the audit procedures, right? You have to apply the audit procedures. And so these exercises are very much important. Next, evidence and test consideration. What sort of evidence? Sufficient and appropriate audit evidence, audit procedure and evidence, using the work of others, group audits. Using the work of others, like you can call it like a management expert. Now, who is he? Management expert. Let's meet him later on. Forget it. Auditor basically use the work of others in order to collect the audit evidence. Now, completion and review and reporting. What is completion, review and reporting? This is basically the syllabus area, right? When auditor completes with the audit, he has to review all the working papers, as I have taught you in the previous slide, that it is the review stage, reviewing the working papers. So you need to, you need to review the previous working papers and reporting. Reporting means audit reports. All right. So subsequent events and going concern. Completion and final review, auditor report to those charged with governance and the management. Auditor also write the report to those charged with governance and management. Basically, one important point, audit report is basically audit report is delivered is issued to the shareholders. Issued to shareholders. And there is one more report, that is to those charged with governance. Now, what is this kind of a report? Those charged with governance and the management. Auditor tests the system as well. That is the test of control. And when you found any deficiency, in the internal control, you are supposed to report it to the management to improvise the control. So let's say the report on controls. Report on controls, which includes deficiencies in the control, recommendations by auditor, to improvise the controls. Now, what will gonna happen that this report to those charged with governance and management would cover these things. So this is basically the detailed syllabus area. And yes, I was talking about this other assignment. What is other assignment? Please remember that other assignment is not the external audit. It is something on other subject matter. Other assignment, other assignments are not the external audit. These are not the external audit. These are other assignments. These are what? Other assignments. Audit related and assurance services, specific assignment. Now, in that specific assignment, I'll guide it further. The audit of social and environmental. Yes, see that sustainability matters are being audited. The audit of performance indicator, reporting on other assignments. Now, what is this specific assignment? Now, let's say, for example, there is a PFI, prospective financial information. There is the term called due diligence. Now, let's say, for example, I am the parent company. I am the parent company, and I have selected a company, you can call it the target company, and I want to purchase that company, but I'm not sure how to analyze that company. So I have appointed you. That's a specific assignment. I have appointed you that please on my behalf analyze that particular company. I need to purchase that. So you are doing this thing and I'm paying you the fees. This thing is called due diligence activity. What is this called? Due diligence activity. And there is the forensic assignment as well. Now, let's say, for example, if there is any fraud in my company, I have appointed you people to identify identify the fraud and the fraudster, the person. That's it. It's called the other assignment. So there's a due diligence, there is other assignment, there is prospective financial information. What is prospective financial information is that, so when you are preparing the forecasted financial statements, and forecasted financial statements are based on the reliable assumptions. So you are supposed to analyze that thing. I'll be paying you the fees. But this is not the audit. These are other assignments, reporting on other assignments. Okay. And current issue, professional skills, I have taught you these things. So this is basically the syllabus. Now let's come on to the exam format. Exam format is very much interesting because it's an exam format. Now, as you can see that the exam is split into two sections. Don't read this thing. Focus here. Focus on this. So, exam is split into two sections. Section A, which covers 50 marks. First, understand the breakup schedule of this thing. This 50 marks is split into 40 technical and 10 professional marks, in which communication is having 4 marks. The rest are 6 marks, 10 professional marks, right? So it is a case study. In section A, there is a case study set at planning stage that you will be having. See that it is expressly saying that a case study at the planning stage. That means this one, area D, planning and conducting the historical financial information, right? So a case study set at a planning stage. These includes these professional marks. Planning stage, that is risk assessment. You are not doing, you are making a plan, planning for the audit procedures. So you are making a plan, right? So all of things are happening at the planning phase. This marks allocation. Section B. Now, section B covers 2 compulsory questions, 25 marks each. That means question number 1, question number 2, and question number 3. In this particular 25 marks each question, in this particular 25 marks each question, there is 5 professional marks and 20 technical marks. Now that means from 25 you are having 5 professional marks and 20 technical marks, right? In both question number 2 and question number 3. So now, but point to be noted is that in question number 2 and question number 3, there is no communication. Communication is only in question number 1 because you need to write an email. So that is why communication is here. So in question number 1, you are supposed to have this communication, application requirement in order to comply with the this requirement and complete the question, right? Section B, 2 and 3 question. Question number 2, question number 3. In this question number 2 and question number 3, there's 25 marks each, which is split into 20 and 5. Now, please note that there is no communication over here. Analysis and evaluation, professional skepticism and judgment and commercial acumen, right? So this is basically the exam format. Okay, so I hope you do understand this exam format. Now I am taking you to the VLS portal. Now let's come on to the VLS portal. See that this is your VLS portal. Okay, that's the course overview. You can see this thing, right? Now, if I will be scrolling this, you are having your course curriculum. There are demo videos. No need to watch it at first place because if you are already registered and enrolled, so just start from here. AAA resource. Explore this AAA resource. This is a very important video, the preview about the customized study planner. Why? Because many of the students who are doing job or in the firm, they are not very much smart to develop their plan. So this video will help you out to avail the facility of VLS about the study planner, that you will insert your relevant information. Your planner is there. Must watch this thing, right? And this is a downloadable mobile app and all these things, resources. Now let's move on. Introduction. In this introduction, there is the introduction of the audit, planning phase of the audit. Why? Because here, if you can see that in question number 1, it comes from the planning stage. So I have designed the course not according to the study text, but I have designed the course according to the paper pattern, according to the areas which are examining at the first priority. So I have designed the course, and it's my advice to all of you must follow the hierarchy of the topics as it is in your portal, right? So now here you can see that this is the portal, or this is the page of VLS online. So planning phase of the audit, you can call it business risk, financial statement assertion, audit risk, financial statement, significant risk, and then there's a practice stage. Practice stage covers the practice question from your exam kit, which are actually the past papers. Now performing the audit and collecting the evidence. It includes audit evidence, auditor expert, the procedures and all. Group audit. Now what is group audit? Group audit is actually you are not auditing the particular company, you are auditing the entire group, the parent as well as the subsidiaries as well. Obviously the important topic and the interesting topic. So these are the videos for the group audit, and here you go for the question practice. Ethics. Yes, fundamental ethical principles, and these are the ethical threats. Practice management, exam kit questions, practice stage. Review, completion and reporting. The same pattern will be followed over here, and there are so many videos. Other assignments like forensic audit, prospective financial information, due diligence, sustainability report, etc. Regulatory environment, money laundering, articles, past paper question and answers. Past paper question. You can, start these things, right? Now, so I have visited this homepage of VLS, and I will be recommending to all of you must follow your lectures serial wise as it is in the portal. So do not read this first and then you are coming back again at this particular section. No. Follow the course in sequence as designed and uploaded on your portal. That's a very simple point. So I hope all these things are clear to you. All these things are clear to you, people. And now, exam format and all this. I've shown you the portal as well, right? So this is basically the exam format and all this stuff. I think these things are clear to all of you. Okay, now in the upcoming live sessions, I will be connecting you people and we will be solving further questions. So now, if I can guide you people, that those who have already started, they might be at second or third section, but those students who are starting right now, just start from the AAA resources. These are the AAA resources, introduction, and then follow the sequence of the lecture. Follow the sequence of the lecture. This is called 23 6 minutes, 30 and 46 minutes and seconds, and some videos are more than 1 hour because it covers now the practice question, the large questions. So that's why the time would be increased. So you need to follow the lecture sequence and all that stuff. And yes, must follow the customized planner. Obtain the benefit. It's there, right? So this is basically the case over here. And this is Hari Sanif signing off from this lecture. And we will be connecting in the live sessions for the exam preparation and past paper practice, right? So see you there and bye-bye. Take care.